Imagine waking up one day and realizing you can no longer do the things you love. Your body feels like a prison. Simple tasks become mountains to climb. And the worst part? It didn't have to be this way. The devastating decline many experience in their golden years isn't inevitable, it's optional. But only if you know what I'm about to share with you today. Before we dive in, take a second to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. The information in this video could literally add quality years to your life or the life of someone you love. What if I told you that by the age of 80, nearly 60% of adults will develop at least one serious chronic condition that dramatically reduces their quality of life? But here is the shocking truth that the medical establishment often overlooks. Research from Harvard Medical School reveals that up to 70% of this decline is completely preventable. Not through expensive medications or treatments, but through specific daily habits that reprogram your body's aging process at a cellular level. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to reveal the 5 powerful habits that have been scientifically proven to transform aging from a period of decline into perhaps the most vibrant chapter of your life. These aren't generic eat right and exercise tips, these are specific, actionable strategies backed by the latest longevity research that most people will never discover until it's too late. If you're watching this whether you're in your 40s, planning ahead in your 60s, making crucial life decisions, or already in your 70s or beyond looking to reverse decline, I want you to drop a comment right now with your current age and one activity you love that you never want to lose the ability to do. This will become important later in the video. Let's dive into the first transformative habit, one that many people get completely wrong, causing more harm than good. Habit number 1. Purposeful movement. Forget what you've heard about taking it easy as you age. That advice is killing millions prematurely. The human body operates on a simple principle: use it or lose it. But here's what most fitness programs for older adults get dangerously wrong. They focus on arbitrary exercise rather than purposeful movement that preserves functional capacity. A groundbreaking 20-year study tracking over 3,500 adults found that those who engaged in regular, varied movement patterns reduced their risk of chronic disease by up to 50% and slowed cognitive decline by an astonishing 32%. But the key wasn't just exercise, it was movement with purpose and progression. The vital difference is this: don't just move for the sake of movement. Your body needs 3 specific types of movement: weight-bearing activity to maintain bone density, dynamic balance training to prevent falls, and movement that elevates your heart rate to what scientists call the cardioprotective zone. Start with just 5 minutes daily of purposeful movement. The science shows that consistency matters far more than duration, especially when beginning. Choose activities you genuinely enjoy: dancing, swimming, walking with friends, or gardening. The research is clear: movement that brings joy creates dramatically different hormonal responses in your body compared to movement done out of obligation. If you currently struggle with mobility issues, drop a comment saying mobility help, and I'll personally respond with modifications specific to your situation. Habit number 2, nutritional mindfulness. What you eat literally becomes who you are at a cellular level. The foods you consume don't just provide energy, they deliver instructions to your genes, turning beneficial genes on and harmful ones off. The groundbreaking research on nutritional epigenetics from the National Institute on Aging has revealed something extraordinary. Specific food combinations can actually reprogram how your cells age. It's not about dieting or restriction, it's about strategic addition of what scientists call longevity activating compounds. The most powerful of these compounds is a group called polyphenols, found abundantly in colorful fruits and vegetables, particularly berries, dark leafy greens, and specific herbs. These compounds activate what scientists call the longevity pathways in your cells, the same pathways triggered by caloric restriction, but without having to eat less. Harvard's landmark study on the Mediterranean and My Diet showed that participants who adhered to these eating patterns had brains that functioned as if they were 7.5 years younger. But here's the crucial insight: it wasn't what these participants eliminated, but what they added that made the difference. Start by adding before subtracting. Introduce one new deeply colored vegetable each week. Incorporate healthy fats like olive oil and avocados, which research shows increase absorption of those critical polyphenols by up to 400%. And perhaps most importantly, time your protein intake strategically throughout the day to maximize muscle preservation, one of the most reliable predictors of longevity. What's one food you're going to add to your diet this week? Drop it in the comments below. Read every single one and love sharing additional tips on how to incorporate these foods deliciously. If you're finding value in these evidence-based strategies, take a second to hit that like button. It helps others discover this potentially life-changing information. Habit number 3. Cognitive engagement. Your brain continues to form new connections throughout life when properly stimulated. This process, called neuroplasticity, doesn't diminish with age, it diminishes with disuse. A landmark study from the University of Texas demonstrated something remarkable when adults in their 70s and 80s learned complex new skills. Not just crossword puzzles, but challenging new abilities like digital photography or playing a musical instrument. They showed MRI patterns identical to people decades younger. Their brains literally rejuvenated. The key finding was that the cognitive activities needed to be 3 things: novel, progressive, and complex. Activities that check all 3 boxes create what neuroscientists call beneficial stress in the brain, triggering the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, essentially fertilizer for new neural connections. The practical application is straightforward. Challenge yourself with progressive learning. Choose something difficult enough to require focus, but not so difficult it causes overwhelming frustration. Learning a new language, mastering a musical instrument, or acquiring a craft skill all qualify. Most importantly, make this learning social when possible. The combination of social interaction with cognitive challenge creates a synergistic effect, doubling the protective benefits against cognitive decline, according to research from Rush University Medical Center. What new skill are you committed to learning in the next month? Share it in the comments. Accountability dramatically increases follow-through, and I'd love to check in with you on your progress. Habit number 4. Social connection. Here is a statistic that should stop you in your tracks. Strong social connections are as important to long-term health as not smoking. Yes, you read that correctly. Research from Brigham Young University analyzed data from over 300,000 participants and found that social isolation increased mortality risk by 29%, comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes daily. But not all social interaction is created equal. What the research shows is that it's the quality and depth of our connections, not simply being around others, that creates the physiological benefits. Meaningful relationships reduce inflammation markers, lower stress hormones like cortisol, and increase production of oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, that has profound effects on cardiovascular health. The actionable strategy is this: focus on deepening a few key relationships through regular, meaningful interaction. Quality truly matters more than quantity. Schedule weekly conversations with loved ones where you discuss more than surface-level topics. Join groups organized around activities you enjoy, which research shows creates faster and more sustainable bonds than purely social gatherings. Most powerful of all, find opportunities to contribute to others' well-being. A 20-year study from the University of Michigan found that those who regularly volunteered or provided support to others had a 40% lower mortality rate compared to non-volunteers, even after controlling for other health factors. Who is one person you commit to deepening your connection with this week? Drop their initial in the comments, and I'll share some research-backed conversation starters that create meaningful connection. Habit number 5. Restorative rest. The 5th transformative habit may be the most underappreciated yet powerful of all: restorative rest. During quality sleep and relaxation, your body performs crucial repair processes that cannot happen any other way. Recent discoveries about the glymphatic system, essentially your brain's cleaning system, have revealed that during deep sleep, your brain clears out toxic proteins and waste products accumulated during the day. These are the same proteins implicated in Alzheimer's disease and cognitive decline. A landmark study from the University of Rochester Medical Center demonstrated that this cleaning process is up to 10 times more active during deep sleep than during wakefulness. In practical terms, this means that quality sleep isn't a luxury, it's essential biological maintenance. But creating restorative rest goes beyond just sleep quantity. The quality and architecture of your sleep matters tremendously. 3 practical strategies make the biggest difference. First, create a consistent sleep sanctuary: same bedtime, cool dark room, and a calming pre-sleep ritual. The research shows that consistency is actually more important than duration. Second, implement what sleep scientists call light hygiene. Exposure to bright light, especially sunlight, within the first hour of waking sets your circadian rhythm for the entire day. Then, reducing blue light exposure in the evening allows your body to naturally produce melatonin. Third, consider incorporating brief mindfulness practices during the day. Even 5-minute sessions have been shown to improve sleep quality by reducing the hyperarousal that often prevents deep sleep. If you struggle with sleep quality, type sleep help in the comments, and I'll share additional research-backed strategies specific to common sleep challenges. Now, let's bring these 5 habits together. Remember at the beginning when I asked you to comment with an activity you never want to lose? Each of these 5 habits, purposeful movement, nutritional mindfulness, cognitive engagement, social connection, and restorative rest work synergistically to preserve your ability to keep doing what you love. Aging isn't about turning back the clock, it's about making every moment count with vitality and purpose. Your best years can truly be ahead when you embrace these powerful habits. If you found value in this video, please help spread this potentially life-changing information by hitting the like button and sharing it with someone who could benefit. Remember, 70% of age-related decline is preventable, but only if you have this information and act on it. For a deeper dive into each of these habits, check out my video on the 3-week Vitality Reset appearing on your screen now. In it, I provide a step-by-step implementation plan to integrate all 5 habits into your daily life, no matter your current age or condition. Thank you for investing in your future self today. The decisions you make right now will determine the quality of your golden years. Make them count.